Arizona State running back Cam Skattebo believes that he is the best running back in the country and that nobody can stop him. We got to talk about why he believes that and whether or not he's right. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show or your 1000th and you haven't subscribed, I got to ask you to do that. Ring the bell, like the video, and leave a comment below. Let me know, do you think Cam Skattebo can be stopped? I'm going to say I realize we're in the middle of media days. I'm also going to say this is an Arizona State football team that feels very much like it's not being taken seriously even after stomping a mud hole in Iowa State, winning the Big 12 championship. Iowa State, who just narrowly beat Miami in the Pop-Tarts Bowl with a Heisman finalist in Cam Ward. It's also an Arizona State that, frankly, just does not perform well for, I don't think, anybody outside of Arizona. Like, this segment itself, I'm making it. A lot of folks would say, hey, RJ, you're not making another video about Ohio State, about Oklahoma. You're not going to make another one about the SEC. You're not going to make another one about Travis Hunter, Colorado. I do those too. But one of the reasons that I end up talking about those is because y'all don't show up to watch these. And I think that's what Cam Skattebo is actually keying on. He didn't get invited to the Heisman ceremony in New York, which is where you select, the 4 or 5 guys that got the most votes, and we leave it up to a draw to see who's going to do that. Now, Cam Skattebo has been borderline unstoppable. He's rushed for 1,568 yards, got another 506 receiving, gives him over 2,000 yards from scrimmage, and frankly, he wears it like I hope more superstars would wear it, which is to say, we're living in an age now that I really enjoy, where athletes, more than coaches, but athletes, are willing to put themselves out there and say they believe that they are the best to ever do it, or they're the best in the sport, or what have you. They're at the top. Myself, I'm not really interested in what it is that you think. I'm interested in what it is that you do. And you're about to play against a Texas defense that many of us believe, top to bottom, is the best defense this side of Georgia and might be a better defense than Georgia if they're playing against anybody at all that ain't Georgia. Like, let's keep it a buck here. Georgia's the only team to beat Texas. And it ain't like we're out here screaming that they got deficiencies on that defense or that they can't block and tackle. So I think Cam Skattebo saying this is also going to get to the ears of Colin Simmons, who's an edge rusher at Texas. It's going to get to the ears of Anthony Hill, who probably feels like he's the best linebacker in the country, but didn't become a finalist for the Butkus Award. Or Jahdae Barron, who is the Thorpe Award winner and might be the best defensive back in a loaded backfield with great defensive back play. I mean, Michael Taft, second-team All-American. That's a dude that nobody was really thinking about before this season began. And now you got Cam Skattebo in Arizona State with a coach that is fiery, a coach that is great in a post-game press conference, and a coach that believes in himself and the football team that he has built. And after going 3-9 last year, flipping around and not just winning 10 games, but winning the Big 12 championship after being picked to finish dead last, yeah, this is your story. The story that you're telling, the story that is one of an underdog coming back. But, dog, I think you're about to find out just what it means to play against a Texas football team that also has been maligned for the better part of a decade. Like, as Oklahoma is going through it, and I made those segments, Texas have been going through it for the better part of 15 years, right? I want to say right at about 14 years. They make the college football playoff last year, and they're the only team from that 4-team playoff to make the 12-team playoff this year. They know what it means to be on this stage. I also believe that they got an edge on their defensive play caller against Arizona State's offensive play caller. By the way, both of those guys are Broyles Award finalists. But I got Pete Kwiatkowski and what he's been able to do with that defense at the top of my ballot. Like, that's, until somebody shows me that they can go put up 35, 40 on that team without blinking, let's say Clemson did that. Without blinking, then we're probably going to have a different discussion here. But if you're looking at the Clemson game, you're not looking at what Phil Maffa did. You're looking at what Cade Klubnik did. You're looking at what the wideouts did. Maybe that's the way to go at it, but that doesn't have a whole lot to do with Mr. Contact Balance. Mr. Contact Balance, Cam Skattebo, is really good at staying on his feet and keep powering through folks. If I was going to give him a comp, it would be Don Billingsley for the Permian Panthers in Friday Night Lights. He is the battering ram. He is the guy you just can't bring down with one tackle. He's going to stay on his feet. And once he learned how to roll with it and get his body and weight under control, he has been the force for them at the end of every single drive. I'm enjoying this part of the Cam Skattebo experience. And frankly, if they win against Texas, they're going to get a little bit more out of me too. I wonder though, finishing 5th in the Heisman does not necessarily mean that you're not that good. It means exactly the opposite. It means you're the 5th best player in all of college football. And now we're in a moment where only Dylan Gabriel and Ashton Jeanty are the two guys left still playing for championships. So you can still write this story. Like I said this earlier in a piece that I wrote about Ashton Jeanty. If you don't like Travis Hunter winning the Heisman Trophy, go win the national championship. If you don't like Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders earning all of the spotlight only to get beat down the Alamo Bowl, go win a national championship. I don't believe in showing up and being happy to be here. The house money thing, you miss me with that. Playing with house money is stupid. Take the money and run. Get out of here. Rob the casino. Make this Ocean's 11. This whole getting to the stage only to be happy that we got here, I don't know who taught y'all that. That ain't how I was raised. That's not how we do it out here. You either win in championships or you're not. They won a Big 12 championship. They want to be treated like a team that won the Big 12 championship. Frankly, that's what we're doing. We don't believe the Big 12 champion is good enough to play in the college football playoff semifinal. But you have an opportunity to change that. You win this quarterfinal, it ain't even up to us no more, right? So as you're talking out here and you're saying things like, can't nobody stop me? I need the next thing to come out of your mouth not to be, I'm on to bigger and better things because you at home with your girlfriend watching the Heisman ceremony. I need it to be you're winning a friggin' national championship. Who's going to lay that one out? Ohio State's got a dude that probably shouldn't be saying much to nothing about laying out a national championship in Denzel Burke, but he's saying it. I ain't heard that from Boise State. I ain't heard that from Arizona State. I would like to hear that from Cam Skattebo. Are you going to win a national championship? If you are, you better get to it because Wednesday is 2 days from now, and I want to see what y'all are about. I do love it. I do love it when players have that audacity about them. I do love it when you kowtow to nobody. I don't love it when people say, oh, well, you know, this is just a building season. They're getting back to it. And no. In the age of the transfer portal, in the age of name, image, and likeness, where dudes are taking visits to take more money, in the age of $5, $10, $15 million coaches, $20.5 million to be spent on athletes, there is no building to next year anymore. Get that out your brain. We don't do that no more. You can flip it the very next year. It's did you nail your signings in the transfer portal and did your roster work its behind off? Talking about Cam Skattebo in Texas, while Oregon could be the first team in modern history to go 16-0. Talking about Cam Skattebo in Texas when Ashton Jeanty probably goes past Barry Sanders, needing 3 more games than Barry Sanders did. But again, we're talking about it. So Arizona State, don't be out here looking foolish. You're going to talk the noise, talk it to the full tilt. Talk it to the full tilt. I don't want to hear no more about this. We happy to be here. I don't want to hear no more about people not taking us seriously. Nah, dog, time for that is over. Go win. If you talk about winning national championships, I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear no more. So Marcus Arroyo is going to dial some things up for Sam Levitt. He's going to get Cam Skattebo in these third and shorts, and then we're going to find out what you can do against that front. I think that Texas has an edge in a front that can beat you. I think that perhaps you'll go for 100 yards, but will it be 100 yards in a 3-touchdown loss or a 2-touchdown loss? Because I don't see a win here. Yes, I'm picking against you, Arizona State. Put it on the bulletin board, whatever you got to do. I think Texas is the better football team. Now, do something about it.